What's the deal? Hey, what's the deal with popcorn at the movies? Okay, when you go to the
Who are you,
movies
Jerry
and you get
Seinfeld,
popcorn, I'm certainly not. When you get popcorn at the movies now, you eat the whole thing before the movie even starts.
Yeah.
Because they played
Who did
25
that?
minutes of trailers.
Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, it's the Anime Effect, where each week we bring you the latest news and views from the shows you love. It's pop culture with an anime lens.
If you're new to the show, welcome. Have we got some treats for you?
Welcome. It's like vaguely threatening.
But yeah.
Stay tuned. We kick things off every week with some small talk before we explore what we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after detailing our watch lists and adding more to it, we explore this week's top anime headlines before diving into our main segment.
I really don't know where you go when you start, my friend.
And of course, before we wrap, we end things with everybody's favorite segment. It's the one and only Fizzles!
Just kidding. We're going to replace it with a segment where we go to Wendy's and order one of everything on the menu.
Especially if it's the
Like
Minions
everybody
order.
else
And we
is
eat
doing
it on
right
camera.
now. How about we don't?
I'm your host, Nick Friedman.
Or, alternate plan, we go get Happy Meals and see what Godzilla toys we get. It's your boy, LeAlec Murray.
Banana papaya, it's Alex Level.
Is that a Minions thing?
They got Minions at Wendy's.
The Minions thing without any Minions delivery, Bebo. Yeah, oops, all boys together.
We're back.
Three of
The gang is back.
Leah. I hope you feel better
On assignment.
On
assignment. And the three of
On
us,
assignment.
while you are away, we'll see just how powerful the effective anime really is. The X-Men are back. 2028. The X-Men
May 5th,
are
28.
back.
Boy.
And the X, of course, stands for the X-rated men.
That's not what it stands for.
I thought it's because they were straight edge.
That's also not what it stands for.
It's the X gene, is it not?
Yes.
Speaking of gene, anyway, they revealed the X-Men cast.
They did. Well, part of the cast.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige
Yeah.
said there is more coming.
Yeah, and the cast looks really great, but I thought it would be fun if we made like jokes about like X-Men cast.
No.
Like if we could introduce
The X-Men is not a laughing matter. I think this casting is great. I'm not surprised that this happened at D23 because a lot of people expected it to happen in San Diego.
There's a dice that goes above D20.
Yes, there is actually.
That's
you
why
can
it's
get a
Baldur's
100
Gate
sided
3.
die.
That's
Anyway,
that goes less than D100.
yes. A lot of people expected this announcement at SDCC, but of course, because Spider-Man had not been in the zeitgeist just
They didn't
yet,
reveal the
they
spoiler.
didn't want to reveal the spoiler. Yeah. So at D23, they decided to do the X-Men cast, and I am more than happy that not only are we pivoting from like First Class and like the original like X-Men like from the comics that we know of, and we're getting a different lineup and we're getting a different villain.
Wait, is it a different lineup?
It is a different lineup
Than the OG X-Men?
From the OG X-Men, yes, because
Cyclops, Jean,
Yeah.
Storm.
Storm was not an OG X-Men.
She wasn't?
was
no.
not.
Jean, Cyclops, Angel, Beast, Iceman.
Yes.
Iceman.
That is the OG.
Bobby.
Bobby Drake. Not to be confused with Iceman from
yeah.
Top Gun.
Storm.
Or Bobby from King of the Hill.
That's my purse. But Storm didn't show up, if I remember correctly,
That's
until
right.
Claremont's run.
Dude, she's so iconic that I'm like, yeah,
She's
of
so
course she's an
iconic,
OG
dude.
X-Men.
Yeah.
And then Rogue was shortly after that.
That's right. They also announced Rogue.
Yeah.
Known anime fan Indy Navarette. will be
Yeah,
playing.
she's Rogue.
Can you come on the show, please?
Okay, look at me,
Me or the audience?
the audience.
What do you want me to do while they're doing that?
You can do whatever. You can do whatever. Maya Boyd. I don't want to hear nobody saying no kind of mess about her being cast as Storm.
Is that happening?
Maya
Like,
Boyd?
are people complaining?
Yes, they're like, oh,
People always be
she's
complaining.
not dark enough. She hasn't done any movies. Listen to me. She is a stage actor, and a lot of your favorite movie actors are stage actors. Get off your high horse because they didn't pick some 30-something that you want to be a teenager.
I just can't
Stop
imagine
it.
having so many opinions.
Here's also the point that I want to make, okay, is that people are I think, I don't know if it's because of nostalgia or because people are just expecting the X-Men to be older because we've always had an older X-Men in the movies. It is time for a coming of age story X-Men that feels good and that will grow as the series goes. Because everybody that's gotten cast outside of Professor X and Mr. Sinister, they're all in their early to mid 20s.
Yep.
So if we're going to do
Playing
this whole,
younger.
Playing younger.
Playing younger.
So if we're going to do this whole mutant saga thing, you can't cast people that are already bloody 40 years old,
Focus
dog.
on the school.
Thank you.
I want to get
Can
some
we?
class hijinks. It's what
Yeah.
I wanted from Miss Marvel,
Yes.
and it's what I hope we get from X-Men.
So I'm actually hoping that because they've made the whole pivot on Miss Marvel and her being a mutant, and they actually teased it in the show.
Oh, she shows up.
I'm actually
But
hoping
she's like
that
a lot
she shows
older
up.
in universe now, probably.
Yes, she is, but I
Yeah.
still think that there still would be a place for her. Maybe not immediately,
Yeah.
maybe like in the second movie.
Like maybe like as Magneto, perhaps.
What? No.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
Sure.
See, Alex knows how to yes and on the
No,
podcast.
I'm not gonna do
And then they should have anthropomorphic French fries.
No.
Hello.
But but I am completely sat for this movie. Doomsday is around the corner.
Avengers. Wait, real actual Doomsday or like
No,
movie Doomsday?
No. Avengers Doomsday. I'm excited.
Did you get tickets?
Working on it.
Good luck. They're sold out for like the first like 3 weeks.
Well, I'm gonna find a way to pivot my way in there.
Hey guys, can I get tickets to Doomsday? Oh, we're all sold out. Do you have any pivot room? Is there any pivot opportunity here?
What if
But
we circle back to that?
also, Dune 3.
Dune 3.
So Doomsday is upon us.
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Barbenheimer. Who?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Barbenheimer who? Because those two movies are probably gonna make like $2 billion plus a piece.
It's pretty crazy. I got my Doomsday tickets for the 18th,
Oh, okay.
and then I just got my Dune tickets this morning for the 17th.
Oh.
Back to back to back.
That's how you do it.
Well, just two.
I'm jealous of the amount of popcorn you're going to get to eat.
Bro.
In that 24-hour
I'm-
span.
What's the deal? Hey, what's the deal with popcorn at the movies? Okay, when you go to the
Who are you,
movies
Jerry
and you get
Seinfeld,
popcorn, I'm certainly not. When you get popcorn at the movies now, you eat the whole thing before the movie even starts.
Yeah.
Because I played
Who did that?
25 minutes of trailers.
Guys, this is a rare occurrence. If you're like me, write into the show. Let us know if you also eat all your popcorn before the movie starts.
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller. I do the same thing. No matter what size I get, the goal
gone.
is to be sick by the time the movie starts.
Or you just go to a place like my theater that has bottomless popcorn, and you
Bottomless.
Yeah, I you even get that, but you want to
ring
have
of
at
hell.
least a bucket done.
One of the rings of hell is bottomless popcorn.
Nah, bro, that sounds.
Eventually, you'll get tired of it.
Yeah, I remember
Just
Dante
give me a
writing about
Fanta.
that.
I'll be good. Dante Alighieri definitely was like first level of hell, endless popcorn.
Eternal fire.
To heat
Bugs.
the popcorn.
Is there one that's bugs?
sure.
Depends on which theater
I'm
you're
sure.
at.
I'm sure. The war for Doomsday tickets nearly took out Nick, but he survived, and it's a good thing because our top story this week is a big one. Almost 25 years later, it's official. Kingdom Hearts is finally getting an anime. We are for real. We swear.
Yeah.
Agreed.
This has been rumored for quite a long
Like
time.
years. Like literal
Definitely
years.
I remember rumblings around the time that I think Disney Plus launched.
Yes.
Where they were talking about Kingdom Hearts. And
Yes.
the thing that makes this make a lot of sense to me is recently, I think it was Disney had actually listed Kingdom Hearts as one of their like big focus franchises.
Yeah.
I think they called it like $1 billion plus franchise. And when I saw that coupled with this news, I'm like, it's finally happening.
Yeah.
The thing that we've wanted for 25 years is for, how do I explain this? There's something so special about what Kingdom Hearts is as a concept.
Yes.
It is an RPG, Japanese RPG, sometimes crossed with sometimes with actual Final Fantasy characters, mixed with Disney characters and Disney worlds. That is perhaps one of the top 10 coolest ideas that's ever been done by humanity.
It's fan fiction
Right?
that is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's yes.
like I put it right up there with like Grillo's pickles and like the idea of melted cheese in like top 10 greatest ideas of humanity ever. Kingdom Hearts is getting an anime series. We have no idea what it's about yet, other than that it will tell an original story within the game universe rather than retelling what we've already seen, which I think is great because it gives us an opportunity to see Disney worlds that have not been adapted in the games before. The hype for a Kingdom Hearts game is always like the hype for Super Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Because you're like, which characters are they going to put in Super Smash Brothers?
Yep.
For this, you're like, which Disney worlds are they going to do?
Yep. And they already revealed one.
Yeah, and it was a bait and switch. Like it was done so well, and maybe I'm misremembering it because I still can't believe this is real. But like, kind of teasing and teeing up, like, oh, Coco 2 is coming, and then all of a sudden they have that, and then Sora is in there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What?
That was great.
Like, are you kidding me?
That was great.
Yeah. Coco, which if you've seen the movie Coco, first of all, it will make you cry.
Yes.
It's very sad, but like it's like a good sad. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And in a similar way to, I think, how we were excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 and worlds like Frozen,
Yeah.
right? With the sort of technological advancements of the time, I am excited to see this. Because, yeah, we got our first look at not first, but like our first Disney look at Kingdom Hearts 4,
Yeah.
which also revealed that we get to play as Sora. We get to play as Mickey.
King Mickey.
We get to play as Donald and Goofy.
So we cannot heal ourselves.
To play as all of them.
Sora's shoes were smaller though.
They made him look like a more of a normal dude.
I think that's just
And
the world that he was in at the time.
the real world.
Yeah.
But like you can compare the two, and it's like where are his big shoes? Where's his spiky hair? It's like all very.
But also, we haven't seen what he looks like in like the Kingdom Hearts world yet. Like we've seen what he looks like in the Coco world. We see what he looks like in the real world. Also, Riku as well.
less like a
But,
regular dude,
yeah.
but
Like a
still more
regular
regular dude-esque.
Kind of just Noctis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do. I like the more cartoony nature of Kingdom Hearts. I think
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is like it strikes the perfect balance
I agree.
between like
agree.
the more edginess of like your Final Fantasy 7s and your cartooniness of like Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, because I feel like when they got to 3, they tried to like overcompensate in some parts, and it was like,
Well, there was less Final Fantasy
you
and more,
yeah, it was like,
I hope they use the battle system from Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Yeah, same. That would be
that is
ideal.
a very dope battle system.
It's
actually.
so good. It's the perfect like real-time / turn-based action RPG battle system.
And I
It's
hope
so good.
And I hope they start working in more of the live action Disney movies. Like, give me D2 the Mighty Ducks world. Give
just
me
Mighty Ducks
Luck of the
anime.
Irish
Smart
world.
House. Oh, Smart House.
Yeah. Give me HE double hockey sticks.
Give me Sky High.
Yeah, let me be in the
Sky High.
Give me Sky High.
Yeah.
Can I be in the Tipton Hotel? Why would they do Sky High when they can do Marvel?
Because Sky High rocks.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
it does,
it's like getting
but
My
they
Hero
have
Academia
all the
in there without
superheroes.
it.
Hello.
They have all of the superheroes.
But also,
though.
yeah, we do need it is past time that both Star Wars and Marvel
It's gonna
are
be
also-
both.
Yeah, give me Wrexham.
Involved.
Put Wrexham in the
Okay,
game.
you're going a little too far.
Yeah, he's
It's
Nah.
always sunny in Toontown.
Yeah.
That's our Anime Effect Story of the Week. Are you excited for Kingdom Hearts? Good, because we're going to talk about it later in the show.
Yeah.
We might not know much about the anime that's coming, but we will cry at the OP, especially if they get Hikaru Utada again, which, like, how could they not? Anyway, like I said, we're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts here in a bit, but for now, we're switching gears because we're going to talk about what we're watching. And I'm not going to go first. It's going to be Alex.
I knew he wasn't gonna go first. He never goes.
Yeah.
I don't like going
Unless
first
I
when
make him go
I'm
first.
introing the segment. I don't like to go first. It feels
He's-
selfish.
Oh,
Passing the buck. Yeah, so I've been obviously going through a lot of the seasonal shows. There's a lot of really cool things. And one of you is actually going to be talking about one of them later on that I've been watching. But something I've been trying to catch up on and so I can experience as close to real time as possible is Saga of Tanya the Evil. Because I hadn't watched season 1. I've seen some clips of season 2. It looks unbelievable.
It does.
It looks
does.
insane in the best way. So I'm like, I need to go do some homework and catch up on this. And it's a very interesting show. And it's
So are you still in season 1 right now?
I'm halfway through season 1 right now. There's a lot going on. I like the inclusion of the powers and how that leads to differences in warfare.
Yeah.
I love how just crazy they make Tanya look. Like her evil faces are terrifying and fun.
Yes.
And when she gets that smile, you're like, okay, it's go time. Like POD is playing in the background. Like you are ready to rock. It's awesome. Yeah. Well, I was thinking more of Boom, Here Comes the Boom. And Kevin James is coming out
You
of
know
nowhere.
what we are?
Yeah.
Not
You're yes
Kevin
and
James
yourself,
coming out of
bro.
nowhere.
That's too slow.
The youth of the nation.
I mean, I guess that's technically true because Tanya is pretty young, so maybe that's how she's like.
This is an isekai, also.
Yeah,
but we're not going to tell you how.
Yeah, it's
watch episode 1.
Yeah, it's and it's a different isekai than you think. It's not like, oh, I'm reincarnated in some village and I'm overpowered and I've got some weird ability. It's like both tethered to the real world and not at all in a very intriguing way
and literal way.
So yeah, I am really enjoying it. It's on Crunchyroll. I've had the Blu-ray for a while, but I never opened it. So now I'm just watching it streaming, and you should too.
It's definitely on my to watch list for sure.
You can watch it after you finish reading the title that you're watching because it's going to take a while.
It's going to take.
Is that you? Are you popcorning it?
He is popcorning.
Bottomless popcorning it to you.
Guys, I am watching The Exiled Heavy Knight Knows How to Game the System.
Ooh,
I like it.
It's so
I really like it.
Is this a comedy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's equal parts comedy and action.
Isekai or fantasy?
Also an isekai.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Alex, hit the button for Saga Tiny. We haven't hit this button, and
that's why.
when
That's
he hit
part
that,
of the
just
reason. That's part of the reason I hit it. Because originally I was gonna pick Link Click, and I'm like, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But Exiled Heavy Knight is amazing. So you follow this character Elmius, and he's part of this royal family, and they're all like sword masters. When the time comes for him to actually get his appraisal, he comes out as a heavy knight and gets exiled from his family. And he's like, oh, I've played this game before. That's what the isekai part.
Into a game world or reincarnated in a game world?
So he got reincarnated is what they're positioning it as, but then he finds out that he's not really in the game that he knows. But it's like
there are concepts.
It's a world that's basically the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he very quickly just adjusts to how he's supposed to live here now. I mean, he's kicked out of his family. He has to figure out how to make this class work. He's like going back and forth on like, do I form a party? Do I not form a party? And it's just a very fun ride, especially because he maxes out his defense first, of course, and he just becomes like this brick wall of a character.
Very Bofooty.
Very, very Bofooty coded. Eventually, you see like 2 boss fights in like the first 6 episodes. Yeah. It's pretty rad. I love the way the fights are animated. I love how they play with the camera work, because they kind of do like, when you're in action, you kind of see like the wide sweeping camera, and you see like all of his movements are camera followed, and it's cool because it shows that they're not wasting camera movements by just like, oh hey, we just want to make it look fancy, or we're gonna pull back so you can see everything he's doing. Yeah, it feels very deliberate on what they're doing. I really like this series. I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to watch it, and I was up way too late watching half the season.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So The Exiled Heavy Knight Knows How to Game the System on Crunchyroll. Watch it. Young Nicholas.
So I've been mentioning that I've been going back through my backlog of shows that I had put on hold from previous seasons. So last week I finished Apocalypse Hotel. These past few days I finished City the Animation.
Ooh, I thought you watched this one already.
I watched half of it.
Okay.
When it was on, and like always, I get overwhelmed by watching 15
multiple
plus shows
at
a season, so I pause them, and I'm like, I want to come back to this. So I've been making a real effort, and you'll hear more about the other stuff I'm watching in the coming weeks. But I finished City the Animation. For those who don't know, this is from the creator of Nichijou.
Yep.
It is also from the same studio that animated Nichijou, Kyoto Animation. Which, of course, if you know anything about KyoAni, it's literally all bangers. And City the Animation is very much a spiritual successor to Nichijou, including very subtle Easter eggs between the two stories. If Nichijou was more like pastel, like baby blues and light pinks, it has a deeper color palette. Yeah. But that same slapstick, irreverent, surrealist humor is so present here. Yeah. And the closest thing I can describe it to is like Nirvana, the band, the show, or Nathan For You, or I Think You Should Leave. Those are the Western comps for the masterful comedy writing that is happening in Nichijou and City the Animation.
Yeah,
like,
excellent.
there's a set piece that happens in the back half of the series where there's like a town-wide relay race, kind of, and just the things that happen to each, like, it's just so absurd. It is so deeply absurd, but it's incredible, and just a joy to watch. I went back and forth between the sub and the dub. The dub is actually quite good as well. The localization is really great. So it's streaming on Amazon Prime Video. I think it's either 12 or 13 episodes. I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't think it was that long.
But yeah, go check it out. I'm glad to have knocked another really, really great series from last year off my list.
Nice. I need to actually find time to do that. My backlog is gross.
It's been kind of nice to let seasonal stuff kind of stack up and then watch like 2 or 3 episodes at once.
Sure.
And I'm getting that same feeling from going back and like a series I watched 8 of the 12 episodes of. Let me just jump back in here and finish it real quick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I watched like 3 episodes of City the Animation, and I wanted to have time to absorb it, so I put it on pause and then forgot to come back to it. So I absolutely need to do that now.
I'm like halfway through Nichijou, so I want to finish Nichijou first before I watch
it's just
City.
It's just a
I
masterpiece.
love Nichijou so much. Dude. It's so good.
Listeners, let's make a pledge right now.
A pledge.
In the comments or in a 5-star review, mention one show that you started but didn't finish but always wanted to, that you are committing to watching. I don't know, this year.
Yeah.
Just get it out
New
there.
quarter resolution. We don't have to do a new year.
Yes.
New quarter, new month in
Whatever
a couple
it is.
days.
Set your own deadlines, but let us know which show you are pledging to watch that you started but never finished.
Because if you're like me, every week that passes, my to-watch list gets longer.
Yep.
But we can all commit to knocking out at least one of those shows. I don't have time to panic over that, though, because we have a ton of news that we have to talk about.
Absolutely.
Before we get into the news, we need to do a quick throwback. We mentioned Krispy Kreme's Pokemon donuts in a previous episode, and they are here, y'all. Like, literally here in the office. Special delivery.
Regular Sean.
Move that bus.
Carla, our marketing producer, managed to snag these from scalpers,
Krispy Kreme's going to have to pay me if they want me to wear the hat.
and we're going to give our honest review on how Pikachu tastes. That's weird. We'll go through this week's headlines
Sorry, I just
while
got
we
that.
eat donuts.
This is the greatest episode of all time.
It feels sponsored. This is not sponsored.
It is not. It is, y'all. It is. It is.
We
it is not
wanted
sponsored.
we wanted an excuse to eat the donuts on camera.
But Krispy Kreme, if you're listening, look at that.
Did you want me to show it on
Look at it.
for just $1 a day? You too.
Yeah, for just $1 a day,
Yo.
Oh man.
There's some regular donuts in here.
bro. They
What?
gotta. Yeah, dude. They gotta give you like regular donuts and like Pokemon donuts.
Plates, please.
Damn, this is crazy.
Can I do a hot take?
My hat's off.
Can I do a hot take?
Do it.
Sure.
I'm not a jelly donut guy.
That's not a hot take. Jelly donuts aren't for everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like I was never really a jelly or a jam kid
I'm
growing
getting a
up.
picture of these. I don't care.
They actually used to freak me out.
I don't care.
If
You
I'm
know
if
what?
I'm gonna be completely honest,
This Squirtle one is looking me dead in the eyes.
I will fight you.
It looks so good. You want to split it? Can we split it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, this Bulbasaur one is looking me right in the eye.
Hey.
Is that one?
That's
Okay.
mine.
All right.
How's he gonna be like the Squirtle was looking me in the eye and then say listen,
Alex,
you cannot stake claim
give me your
to
plate.
every donut here.
The Bulbasaur is the only veggies I can eat right now. Which one are you eating?
Yummy. I'll go Jigglypuff. All right.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh dang.
Cheers.
Oh my god, bro.
I haven't had a Krispy Kreme donut in a long time.
This just in my mouth. This donut.
Well, my calories just spiked for the day. For our main piece of news, Apothecary Diaries Season 3 gets a premiere date, a trailer, and more.
Yeah, Apothecary Diaries, which is my anime of the year of the last 2 years. So remember that. That's important.
Oh, is it? Is it part of the news? Also?
Might be my anime of the year for 3 years in a row because season 3 premieres on October 2nd, 2026 in Japan, with a second core following in April 2027. The new trailer and key visual tease that Mama and Jinchi, their story will expand beyond the rear palace. Of course, we already confirmed that this season will stream on Crunchyroll. And there's also going to be a movie. We talked about this before.
We did.
The movie kind of hits between the two seasons in Japan, so that arrives in theaters in Japan on December 11th. But the most important part here is that season 3 of Apothecary Diaries, my anime of the year for the last 2 years, is just over a month away.
Just around the corner.
Just around the palace.
Around the bin.
Yeah, I just caught up on this show, so I'm ready. I'm excited. I know anytime anyone says frog and giggles, I know what that means now. So God. I am in on the joke. I'm excited. This show's incredible. While for me, it wasn't as good as Catch Me at the Ballpark. It's still up there.
Why do we even let this dude be on the show?
Because someone's got to eat these donuts.
Because he's great.
Can I eat Jigglypuff?
And, oh my God. In industry news,
It's so good.
Witch Hat Atelier wins the Astra TV Award for Best Anime.
Let's go. Speaking of people with hats.
Right. Witch Hat Atelier won Best Anime at the 2026 Astra TV Awards, held by the Hollywood Creative Alliance in LA. Witch Hat Atelier joins a list of anime Astra TV Award winners. Attack on Titan became the first to win in 2024, followed by Solo Leveling and Dragon Ball Daima.
The thing I love about this is at the award ceremony, the English voice for Coco got to accept the award.
Oh, really?
On behalf of the creator.
Yeah.
Witch Chat, our Witch Hat Atelier spin-off podcast. Go listen to it. All episodes available now on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. But also, both the English voice of Coco and the English voice of Keyfree were nominated for Best Voiceover Performance.
Oh, wow.
At this award show as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it is really, I mean, the Astros are like, don't sleep on the Astros, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, it is a cool award show recognizing a lot of what is happening. And it's cool to see anime continue to be recognized in this way.
Yeah, especially because you look at the past winners from the anime side of things, and it's all really like action driven. And not to say that Witch Hat doesn't have a lot of action, but to see a show of this variety stake its claim and win this award is another testament to just how good this show is.
I agree.
That it can stand shoulder to shoulder with these giants. So go watch Witch Hat. Go watch / listen to Witch Chat.
But it also showed this guy.
So I'm eating more donut.
The thing that I love about this show, man, is that there's not this being an anime that's not shonen coded. Winning this award means that, like, for awards, the genres are like the dam is breaking open, which I'm very excited about because there's so many great titles out there right now that aren't shonen titles, and I think that's being shown by so many different shows being nominated for awards like this.
Speaking of which, our last news story of the week, a little known, I don't even know if I consider this rom-com yet. It's more slice of life com. So we can't go into the corner.
The corner is not happening.
No. Okay. The corners may be like looking at me like a sleep paralysis demon, but at least at this point, it hasn't happened yet.
Wow.
We'll unpack that later.
Right. We should talk about that.
Skip and Loafer season 2, which if you haven't seen Skip and Loafer, it is absolutely a joy to watch. Will officially premiere in April 2027. Crunchyroll will be streaming the series. We got a teaser trailer and visual for it alongside the announcement. PA Works returns from season 1.
Heck yeah.
With the director and others who worked on the series. Have you seen it?
No, but I love PA Works.
Yeah,
Have
that's
you
what I was going to
seen
say. I love PA Works, so I've not seen Skip and Loafer.
Skip and Loafer is like these donuts, sugary sweet and smooth.
Like the donuts.
And joyful. And it makes life worth living.
Are you talking about the donuts or the show?
Both.
Okay.
That's what I said.
But it's
Skip and Loafer and the
like
Pokemon Special Edition 30th anniversary donuts from Krispy Kreme. That's it. It was a brief news beat, but I'm so excited this series is coming back. It is about friendships and school life.
The power.
Quite good. The news this week, fire.
Like
these donuts. Well, I was going to say they were fire, but Lee kind of scooped me there.
I did.
But if you want the full scoop, see what I did there? On all things anime, head over to Crunchyroll News through the link in the description below. It will make you a better, smarter parent, it says here. That's crazy. Oh, anime fan. That's what it says, actually. I was projecting.
Not pairing. Okay, y'all. I got to bring it back to Kingdom Hearts. The game was truly an entry point for millennials and Gen Z to anime, believe it or not. So, why did it take 20 years for us to get an actual anime? And most importantly, what other games are still waiting to get an anime? If you guys haven't guessed, we're in the main segment now.
Main segment, Kingdom Hearts. See, we said we were going to talk more about it. Mm-hmm. Before we get into the game conversation, I want to ask you guys, what Disney worlds, based on technicality, would you like to see in Kingdom Hearts? You get one option.
I think I already kind of said mine.
Was yours Wrexham?
No, it was D2, the Mighty Ducks. I want to be at the Junior World Championships. Oh, I want to encounter Iceland and Gunnar Stahl.
Mine is Dave the Barbarian. Do you remember Dave the Barbarian?
Such a weird pick.
I think it ran for like one season.
Yeah, it did not.
Yeah,
because that was back when like the Disney Channel animation ran for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then you literally couldn't run for any longer.
Yep.
Or Kim Possible.
Except for Recess.
Great.
Recess was like the only one that spanned longer.
All right, Lee, what's your pick?
Treasure Planet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They'll never do it.
They
should, though.
They should.
They're too scared.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So Kingdom Hearts is finally getting an anime. An absolutely just important piece of pop culture for our age bracket.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for folks who, I mean, if you were born when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, you're almost 10 years old now, for the record. So you're at this... You're at the prime age for discovering the magic of Kingdom Hearts.
Sure.
But what other video games from the 2000s deserve an anime series? And I'm thinking specifically 2000 to 2010. Technically the first Parappa the Rapper predates 2000, but the second one doesn't. And I think a Parappa the Rapper anime would go really hard.
Is that your pick? Is Parappa the Rapper?
No. I'm going to pick more than one.
You pick more than one?
Yeah.
You can pick more than one.
I can do whatever I want. I'm an executive producer.
I'm going to fudge this by year.
Okay. Well, that's not allowed, but...
Darksiders. I think...
That was 2010.
That was 2010.
That counts.
I thought you said...
It might have... No, it was 2010 for sure. I said
2010.
2000 to 2010.
I feel like that franchise is so game to have an anime. Like...
I see what you did there.
Because not only do you have the whole, like, horseman component, you also have just...
I was just thinking of horseman. Like horse people.
Oh, my God. You also just war story in itself, like during that first game is very... I remember playing it for the first time and like feeling how like heavy he was and how visceral the combat was and how just like angry he was that like I don't have my siblings, like I'm betrayed by the council, like, and I have to do all of this go for work to like maybe clear my name. And it's such a wonderful game. I honestly think it was ahead of its time, just the franchise in general, mostly because I'm like, right now the lack of hack and slash really kind of gets
and kind of Zelda-like games.
Yeah,
the first one was very Zelda-like.
Yeah, it was, and then they kind of expanded on that with Darksiders too, because it got infinitely bigger.
Yeah,
but Darksiders would definitely be like my first pick there. For sure.
Yeah. Alex,
I'm thinking something, I don't know, kind of maybe more surreal, or it could lead to kind of an experimental telling using the medium of anime as a way to push boundaries and do things that can't really happen.
I don't even know.
And that's why I'm looking at Half-Life 2.
I thought you were going to go somewhere crazy.
I thought he was too. I thought I was prepared for like the craziest answer.
A Half-Life 2 anime.
But I feel like that could be like Animatrix style, or like...
So would you
even
want
almost
it to be an
Lynchian?
anthology?
I mean, I have to go with 2 because that was the only one that fit within the criteria for the dates. But I think if we could do, that series, I think that just has a lot of opportunity for like taking that story outside of the current bounds that it has and taking it so far in a narrative perspective and like a experimental storytelling perspective that it would make for a really interesting adaptation, I think.
That's a really good point. I like that. My experimental pick is probably Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, but I was thinking Rock Band.
Yeah. Well, Rock Band, yeah, I guess that would work because that was 07.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, obviously, it's, think about shows like Beck or Bocce the Rock
Sure.
or Girls Band Cry, where it's like, it's about a band and they get their start playing covers.
Yeah.
Like just specifically legally distinct covers of songs that allow them to get a tremendous amount of, quote, licensed music in the first game, despite not using the master recording.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can play up the color palette with the different, the color lanes and star power and all the characters from the first games. Like,
because the game did kind of have like didn't it have like a story mode or something?
You had a story. You were like trying to make money to get to the next
your
city.
way up to new stadiums.
Yeah.
And there were characters like Axel something.
Yep.
And Lemmy something. Slash was in the third one.
Yeah.
I think the Devil was in there somewhere.
Metallica.
Yeah, the Beatles.
Yeah.
Well, that's Rock Band. So yeah, I think that would be fun. But I also think that weird Nintendo from the GameCube era would produce some really great anime. Think about stuff like Chibi Robo.
Chibi Robo would be fun.
Eternal Darkness.
Yep.
Geist.
Killer 7.
Killer 7's a
Ooh,
great
yeah,
pick.
that would be a good one.
Pick.
That would be rad.
Custom Robo.
Custom Robo would be great.
Doshin the Giant, I think, was also.
Yep, Doshin the Giant. Yep.
Cubivore.
It's not GameCube, but Deadly Premonition would make a pretty great anime adaptation. Talk about experimental.
I feel like Deadly Premonition shouldn't be experienced any other way than by that janky launch version on the Xbox 360. That is how that game needs to be
I kind of agree with.
And I think we can all agree to close this segment with the adaptation of a game we all loved, Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam.
Yeah. SK8, The Infinity Season 2.
That's right.
That's what they call it. Now we want to know what your dream anime looks like. Drop us a line and let us know what 2000s video game desperately needs an anime.
Desperately.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to pass it over to Lee.
Oh boy. Fan service!
Yay!
This week, we got another comment, this time from Edgar, who wants to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to anime's next big hit. They say, what up-and-coming studio, mangaka, creator would you recommend to keep an eye on for the next few years?
So I don't know how much they have on their plate yet, but I will say I loved what they did with Takopi's Original Sin, and that is the studio Initia, I believe it's how it's pronounced.
Okay.
The style of that series was
style is
unbelievable.
Have they done anything else? That studio?
They've done a couple things prior to this, so it looks like they've had like 15 or so total projects that are that they're involved in the anime process. But the standout has been Takopi's Original Sin. It seems like they were kind of given the keys, at least from my reading of the situation, looking at the anime they've worked on before, and they really cranked it up and turned that into just an all-timer.
It's beautiful.
And
they're doing a film compilation version of it too. I don't know if you saw that. They just
are they?
announced.
Yeah.
They're gonna in Japan, they're going to do a theatrical. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah, you're going to need popcorn for that, for sure.
And you're going to need to finish it before the movie starts.
Before the previews are over. You need to
get bottomless.
Uncomfortable.
My pick is, so this studio has been around for quite some time, I think since the 80s. But this director, his first project that he directed was All You Need Is Kill.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which came out earlier this year. So this is Kenichiro Akimoto. His first role as like actual director of film was for All You Need Is Kill. He'd previously worked on the Berserk Golden Age movie.
Okay.
And a couple of other projects. But he worked with Studio 4 Degrees Celsius for All You Need Is Kill.
I love that
who
studio
does
so much.
Fantastic, abstract, surrealist work. Again, like I said, dating back to the 80s. But All You Need Is Kill is just so weird, like not weird, complimentary is how I would describe it. Like it takes the source material, and when we heard about this project, you're just like, oh, are they gonna try and base it off of the live action version that Tom Cruise and
the movie that is based
and Emily Blunt did, or are they going to go with the art style of the original manga, which does follow that more like gritty sci-fi? And they went with a very like understated, colorful, very alien depiction of the world and the characters, and I just thought it was beautiful to look at, and the direction I thought was great, and I think it would be I I think we should keep our eyes on this one.
Okay.
On this director.
Okay. Cool.
LeAlec.
I have a studio and a mangaka, actually.
And he's like, how do I one up?
So, studio I'll keep short. Bug Films.
Yeah.
When you do two and they're both bangers.
Yeah.
Right? Is that Witch Hat and Zom?
Witch
Zom
Hat
100?
and Zom. Yeah. Those are the only two projects they've done, but just how well Witch Hat is doing and, how Zom 100 finished.
Yeah.
I really feel like this studio is going to do some really great things.
Yeah. I
And-
think if they keep with this pace of like, let's work on one
project.
really
Yeah.
strong,
Yes.
highly anticipated.
I agree.
And I'd love to see more Zom someday.
I would too, because the manga's
It's
still
still
going. So
going.
they have material.
They have plenty.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the studio just from the two shows that they've done, man. And they've really proven that they can like knock stuff out of the park. Kind of in the same way that I see like Trigger and Science Saru, like how they pick the one project, they work on that one project. It's uniquely them.
You're like, if
And-
if their name is there, you know
Then you
it's-
trust it.
Exactly. Because as soon as they announced Book Films for Witch Hat, I was like, oh, say no more. Say no more.
Which is pretty crazy after only one project.
Yeah.
Like
right.
that takes a lot.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
For the mangaka, I have Yuki Kawaguchi. If you guys are not familiar with his work, he did Red Hood for Shonen Jump. And he also did Otor of the Flame, also on Shonen Jump. Amazing art style, great writing. Both of those series unfortunately got canceled at Shonen Jump, so they never really got to breathe in their completeness, even though they were both very good. I feel like they are like one hit away. That's kind of what you find with most mangaka just in general, is they kind of throw darts at a board and then they have a series and it just hits.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's only a matter of time before they have a hit. Like, I think he's like, honestly, like one more, like third time's the charm for him.
To close out this segment and to give you guys something to go watch, we did this thing this year with Anime Japan. I think it was called the New Creator Awards.
Yes.
Where a number of short films won awards for up and coming animators and directors, etc. And you can actually stream the winning features on Crunchyroll. So I think we'll drop a link in the description to the Crunchyroll news article about it, and you can go check those out. I think there's 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Yeah.
that'll give you a lot to study up on and some names to start recognizing.
man.
So
But I mean, just to say, like, the future is incredibly bright.
It is.
for this medium.
that's not even
anime
taking
and
into
manga.
account like what we're seeing on the webtoon front.
Oh yeah,
right?
no, not yet. Not taking that into account at all.
There is.
Because that's kind of the next frontier.
Yeah.
It really makes you think, huh?
Yep.
Now listen up. Do you want to play a game? Good, because you don't have a choice. So let's have some fun, because we're starting Review Roulette. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts with your hottest anime take.
Yes.
And we'll pick one to debate on air. Make it controversial. Make
God.
it defensible.
Oh God.
Make us regret asking.
I've regretted already. And we haven't even put this out in the ether yet.
You can also send your questions to got.CR/AnimeEffectQuestions. Don't you forget it. got.CR/AnimeEffectQuestions. Write that down.
Or just go to the website or click the link in the
Just click the-
description.
yeah,
I don't
just
know.
click
Write
the
it
link,
down. What
yeah.
if they're driving? Don't write. If you're driving,
Pull over.
Do not write
and
this
write
down.
it down.
Also, if you're driving, don't click the link. Wait till you park, please.
I don't even know if. Well,
Wait till you
I
get
guess
where
if
you're
you're holding your phone, you could click it. But like if you're on CarPlay, you can't find. You can't even find the links if you're on CarPlay.
Hey Siri, go to got.CR.
Don't say.
You're going to activate so many people's cars.
LeAlec, are you ready to take us out?
Thank you for joining us for another episode of The Anime Effect, brought to you by Crunchyroll, and also where we ate donuts. Please subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Do it. The Anime Effect is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, alongside the one and only LeAlec Murray, and the two and only, my favorite doppelganger, Alex Lovell. This show is executive produced by Leah President, who's on assignment, and your boy, it's me. Our showrunner is Megan Peters, and our marketing producer is Carla Solorsino. Thank you, Carla, for
Thank you, Carla, for the donuts.
As always, a special thanks to regular Sean, aka Man in the Chair, aka Sean Michael Colon, for editing and mixing this week's episode.
We'll be back next Friday with even more anime to talk about.
I won't be here next week.
Oh, yeah,
you
he's on
guys are
assignment
going to
next
have a great episode, and I'm really jealous.
These are staying here until then.
They're not. They're going home with me, and there's nothing you can do about it.
We're going to grow a whole fungal sort of environment,
The Last of Us
ecosystem,
3.
a whole ecosystem. Goodbye. There's nothing you can do about it, and be kind.